Hirana Kali Potokurshi Hemoto Hiranaya Tokurani Kimaya Takali Rohotaya Vishitanya Kali Mota Shaka Hirokomati Hariamukode Ishtaya Mukupala Karanda Krusha Hyarata Kurumata Ritikiriana Kurushata Kaliyamata Mihoto Kurushata Kaliyamata Rite Ishai Konmososari Kapototari Kimatiata Ishtavakanmosuta Yatakaliyamata Riki Ishai Shivakanmosasi Ka Anaka Yorokurutari Kamata Riki Ishayamoto. I am here. I am here. I am here. God's grace is with us. God's grace is within us. God's grace is around us. God's grace is flowing through us. The Kundalini Shakti is God's grace. The Kundalini Shakti is God's grace. That is the grace that runs through us as we make these movements, as we divinely inspire ourselves to be more full, more free, more alive, more loving. This is God's grace running through us. This is God's grace running through our bodies. This is God's grace surrounding us, embracing us, loving us, kissing us, giving us everything we need. So the Kundalini Shakti is God's grace. That's what it is. It's the grace of God. It's the grace of divinity. It's the grace of peace. It's the grace of truth. It is the grace of all things divine and all things free. Why are we talking that the Kundalini Shakti is God's grace? Because in some traditions we may be confused about these words, Kundalini, Shakti, God, right? Many people are turned off by the word God these days. Many people are scared or don't acknowledge the true source of their real divine power. The Kundalini, the Shakti, the divine mother force, the energy of grace that runs through us. It's all the same energy. It's all the same grace. It's all the same truth. It's all the same divinity. Whatever path we follow, whatever awakening that we have found for ourselves within ourselves, whatever tradition we are in, right? It doesn't matter. They're all God's grace. Everything is God's grace. So there are different words for God's grace. There's Kundalini and there's Shakti, and we like those words, the divine mother energy, the divine force of all power, of all grace, of all truth, of all peace, of all love, is God's grace. And God's grace is the truth within us that runs through us as the grace, as the divinity, as the peace of all things. So I see my grace within myself. I see my grace within myself. I see it awakening within myself. I see it becoming alive within myself. This is not just for a secluded few anymore. Every person on this earth is now awakening to their true divine essence and to their true divine peace. Every person on this earth is now awakening to who they truly are and who they have come here to be. Every person on this earth is now awakening to the true essence of who they are. And that is God's grace. And that is the Kundalini Shakti. And that is the energy of awakening. And that is the energy of truth. And that is the energy of peace. So certain religions are not secluded from this divine knowledge of grace. Certain traditions, certain belief systems, nothing is excluded from this divine energy of grace running through our body as the divine consciousness of all things. We see ourselves within this grace. When we fully see this grace within our body, when we fully experience this grace within our body, when we fully accept that this grace is awake, is aware, is passionate, is free within our beingness, within our essence, within our truth, this is the energy of all grace that has ever been and will ever be. You cannot exclude yourself from this grace. You can use words or definitions that may not look like the same definition that I am using, but it is the same grace, it is the same energy, and it is the same divinity. So God's grace is within us, running through us, flowing through us, awakening us. It's time to wake up this energy within our being. It is time to wake up this energy within our being. There are no excuses anymore. No one can sit back on the sidelines and watch and observe others' processes, others' awakenings, with maybe stick a toe in, right? Oh, I'm not sure. It's not that way anymore. Every single being on this earth plane is experiencing an awakening, is experiencing an opening, is experiencing a freedom, is experiencing a place to find their true grace within their true divinity, within their true peace. Every tradition has a way of awakening this energy within their being. Every single tradition has a way of awakening this grace, of awakening this truth, of awakening this peace. Because we have chosen to be in different religions or different sects or different cultures does not mean that excludes us from being a human being. If we're Christian or Muslim or whatever we are, Hindu, Buddhist, nothing, atheist, we're still a human being. And as a human being, we are divine. As a human being, we have a divine birthright to have an energy fulfill us to the full awakening of our divine essence. Each and every one of us has an awakening happening within us right here, right now. This awakening is the awakening of grace. It's the awakening of truth. It's the awakening of divinity. It is the awakening of peace. So let's let this energy rise up our being into our true self, into our divine self. There is no longer a need to keep this from the masses. There's no longer a need to keep this from the masses. This is a time for the awakening of the planet, the earth herself, awakening to the divine essence of who she truly is, as each and every one of us dwelling on this earth plane is awakened to our true divine energy of grace, our true divine energy of beingness, our true divine energy. So if you allow yourself to focus in on yourself, on your body, on your beingness, if you allow yourself to focus in on your body, on yourself, on your beingness, if you allow yourself to focus in on your body, on yourself, on your beingness, focus in, focus in, focus in. See if you feel an energy stirring somewhere. See if you feel an energy awakening somewhere. See if you feel an energy calling out to you, speaking words of grace. See if you feel an energy wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard. See if you feel an energy of grace within your spine, within your beingness. What are you feeling within your body right now? What are you feeling within your body right now? Is there an energy of grace awakening within you right now? Is there an energy of grace awakening within you right now? This energy of Shakti, Kundalini, God's grace. Emotional experiences come out of this grace, come out of this divinity, come out of this knowledge of awakening within our being. Kumata. Mishata kurushata kaliyamata. Kiro kuruta hikimata tahritiki. Isha isha ishiva krumasusari akumototo. There's a descent of grace, there's a descent of grace, there is a descent of grace. Flowing in from the top of our heads into our being, flowing through our whole beingness, flowing, expanding graciously, receiving this energy within our beings. Kumasariki. Yes, allowing this energy to flow gracefully through our being. Kumasariki. Ishtavakanamosusari kamototariki. Open up to this energy, open up to this grace, open up to this truth that is your beingness. This is your beingness, this is your truth, this is your grace, this is your divinity. There is nothing to fear. It is not something that is separate from you, different from you. That's what we're trying to say. No matter what religion you practice or don't practice, No matter what divine stance you take on this earth plane, this energy is within you, it's receiving you, and it's loving you, and it's opening, and it's awakening within you now. Allow this energy to slowly rise from the base of your spine. Allow this energy to slowly rise from the base of your spine. Allow this energy to slowly rise from the base of your spine. You may feel a burning sensation at the root chakra, the base of your spine. You may feel a burning sensation exploding into light molecules of grace. This energy wants to be awake in you. It wants to be alive in you. It wants to be free in you, to move, to be, to see, to feel your own gracious consciousness of truth, of peace, of divinity, of light. This is the time for a mass awakening of consciousness on this earth plane. This is a time for a mass awakening of consciousness on this earth plane. Consciousness is now arriving. It's now arriving in full exclamation of truth and divinity and peace. Yes, kamasareki mutotare. Yes, feel the base of your spine. Feel the root chakra expanding, exploding into light molecules of grace. Feel the root chakra expanding, exploding into light molecules of grace. Kamasareki. There it is. Kamatareki. Ishabotareki. Ishanakawota. Eranakalayata. Ishota Rotanaka. There it is. Komasare. Ishomara. Hirokota. Alakama. Isharaya. Hirshone Votara. Yotakamale Kurutare Kimoto. Ishayomototare. Yutanakalatari. Yutakalamotare. Ishautanero. Hiromototare. Hirokamo. Le korokushai mote. Yuto. Alamotare kushate. Hayano pare. Hirayamoto. There it is. Warming you, feeling you right now. Warming you, feeling you right now. Warming you, feeling you right now. Up, 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 rising up, rising up, rising up into the consciousness of your expanded womb space. Rising into the expanded consciousness of your organs, of your belly. Right in that area of your belly, your organs, your digestion. Let's just focus there. Let this energy expand into all of the energetic consciousness within this space. Kumasareke hu himatarako. There it is. This is where we grow our babies, isn't it? This is where we grow our babies. This is where we grow our babies, opening this space, this chakra. Yes, this amazing energy. So God's grace grows within us. In this place, it nurtures not only our babies, it nurtures us. We are nurtured in this space of the divine womb of God's grace. We are nurtured, loved, taken care of. Yes, in this divine space of God's divine grace. Yes, the womb of consciousness, the womb of bliss. Yes. Kurumatare ke. Mushayato kurutare. Come on here. Let's let that energy expand, and then moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. And here we go. This area of our solar plexus, Kurumasare, feeling it in this area of our solar plexus, expanding the energy out into the area around us, above us, below us, surrounding us in grace. Yes, expanding the solar plexus. Feel them expanding with this energy of God's grace. Feel the solar plexus expanding with this energy of God's grace. Opening, receiving, recovering all of the knowledge that we may have lost when coming into this earth plane. We are recovering all of the knowledge that we may have lost when coming into this earth plane. Recovering. Oh, Kanamasareke. Recovering. Yes, recovering. Remembering. Yes, there it is. Nishutokurubare. Yes, you know who you are. You know who you are. You know this awakening. You know this expansion. You know this truth. You know this divinity. Yes, you know this peace. You know this awakening. Kumata Ishaiva Kurumosota Hiranakaliyapo Hirakanamato. There it is. Kamosareke. Moving up into the space in our chest, our heart, yes, our opening, our awakening, our joy, our true joy, bliss, and love. Oh, that love expanding within us, expanding the grace of consciousness, our heart opening, awakening, aware. Everything expands from this place within our heart. Everything expands from this place within our heart. Everything expands from this place within our heart. Allow it to explode, to evolve, to know you as you truly are, the divine being of light that you truly are. What a blessed, graceful, divine, perfect, amazing being that you are, expanding your grace and consciousness through this space in the center of our chest, expanding, knowing, feeling, gracefully accepting all of who we are, all of who we are. There it is. I love myself. I love my world. I love my divinity. I love my knowingness. I love my everything and my everyone. I love this moment. I love this consciousness. I love this divinity. Ah, I love this grace. Ah, I love, I love, I love. And love is my divine birthright. I came in with it. I have it. I know it. It's always been here. It's always known me, and I rest now in this place, in the center of my beingness, in divine love, in divine grace, in divine beingness. Komate. Allowing the energy to move into our throat space, allowing the energy to move into our throat space, allowing the energy to move into our throat space, opening and receiving in the throat space, opening and receiving in the throat space, allowing the throat to open up to the full consciousness of our beingness, so that we may now accept who we are, know who we are, feel who we are, and express who we are. The consciousness of our heart is expressing through this energy, expressing through this grace, expressing through this consciousness, expressing through this love, Feel the energy of God's grace opening and allowing the space within the middle of our throat to expand and graciously receive everything we know on this earth plane. Go mata. There it is. So it's expanding, it's expanding, it's expanding, it's expanding, it's expanding, it's growing, it's receiving, it's knowing. We're allowing it to express the divine essence of who we truly are on this earth plane. We are allowing it to express the divine essence of who we truly are on this earth plane. Yes, feel that energy rising, 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 right into this place in your throat where you now feel your grace expanding and receiving and expanding and receiving and expressing the knowledge of your inner voice, of your inner truth, and of your inner grace. Expanding, receiving, and expressing that knowledge within you that wants to be seen and experienced here on this earth plane. Kumatayata. Moving up now, moving up now, moving up now, moving up into this energy that we call the third eye. This energy that we call the third eye, moving up into this energy that we call the third eye. Seeing from a deeper place, from a more divine place, for a more openly gracious place. Yes, we're seeing now the truth of our being right in the middle of this space, right in the middle of this space, right in the middle of this space. We're seeing from a much deeper level. We're seeing from a much deeper place. We're seeing from, there it is, explosions of grace happening inside. Explosions of grace happening inside this space. Yes, explosions of grace happening inside this space. Omate. Yes, there it is. Komatayata. All right. Moving up now, moving up now, moving up now, into the top of the head, the crown chakra, the great acknowledgement of our divinity, of our truth, of our peace, of our love, of our grace. We are allowing this energy to expand into the consciousness of all things. This is where we meet God. This is where we meet graciousness. This is where we meet the divinest love we've ever seen, we've ever felt, we've ever experience. So allow this energy to awaken within you, the crown chakra, the crown achievement of our lifetime here, opening, and receiving God's grace flowing through you, through the top of your head, flowing through this crown, flowing through you, in you, around you, above you, below you, flowing. It's pouring into you now. It's just pouring into you. It's so much love, so much grace, so much truth, so much divinity. It's pouring into you. 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 It's pouring into you with so much love, so much grace, so much truth, and so much divinity. Yes, the crown is now awakening, is now opening, is now expanding. It's now feeling God's grace in every morsel of your being. Yes, we're awakening to the true divine consciousness, the true divine essence of who we truly are. Opening, and receiving God's love. Kumata. Paroko. Peshataka. There we go, and allow the energy to pour back down your spine. Up your spine, down your spine, up your spine, down your spine. Feel this grace, feel this love, feel this truth, feel this divinity. Up your spine, down your spine, up your spine, down your spine. Feeling you, feeding you, nourishing you, graciously giving to you everything you need. We should never be lacking. We should never be in need. Our life is fulfilled in this grace. Our life is fulfilled in this truth. And our life is fulfilled in this peace. Feel the energy expanding within you, growing within you, being received by every morsel, every piece, every acknowledgement within your being now. There you go. You're perfect. You're amazing. You're divine. You're free. You're wonderful. You're joyful. You're alive. You're loving. You're kind. This is explicit. This moment is explicit. We love this moment. We love this moment. We love this moment. We love this moment. We are explaining ourselves to the world now in the most divine way we have available. We are explaining ourselves to the world now in the most divine way we have available. We are now accessing this consciousness of grace within us. This is God's grace running through us. This is God's truth. This is God's divinity. And this is God's love. And I love you. We are opening now. We are awakening now. Everyone is opening and awakening now. Everyone is opening and awakening now. Everyone is opening and awakening now. It's who we are. It's why we're here. It's what we're doing. This is life. This is divinity. This is truth. This is peace. I love you. Komatariaka. Shai komatari ke potatanaka. Hebo kurutare ke mata. Keata. Shaya. Meho. Vara. Motota. Diana. Toshaya. Marco. Deha. Thank you for being. Thank you for living. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for knowing. Thank you for accepting. I love you. Pokurushakalia matariaka. Ishatato no toteyaka. Ishtavakromasutaka. Ira nakalia pata. Isha nakalia pata. Ehruko papapa. Motokarayata. Hitana uroko.
Love is all you ever need.